Hey guys, what's up? Kevin here, and I wanted to share with you today some of the things. I think I got 5 things I want to share about how to overcome self-limiting beliefs, because these are the things that I have found. Like if you catch these videos I've been doing lately, I've been sharing a lot of experiences that I've had in overcoming struggles with my weight, with my body image, depression, anxiety. I had a lot of struggles in those areas, and what I found was like behind them all is deep down or subconsciously really is a set of self-limiting beliefs, right? There's thoughts, there's beliefs, there's it's all the stuff that creates a story in our head that really holds us back. And I found that it's not because we can't achieve the goals that we want. And a lot of times we start to think that, we start to believe that. And it's a lot of the self-limiting beliefs and the wiring that goes on in our brain, how it programs us and just kind of conditions us to believe that, our goals and our dreams are impossible for us. So I want to share a few things here with you. Like I said, I think I got 5 of them. But, I'll start by saying this. There's something that I've learned, when it comes to like achieving goals and, and the things that hold us back, these, self-limiting beliefs that hold us back. In order to overcome them, like it really comes down to being able to create successes day to day, right? Now, I don't mean like, there's a lot of success experts out there, people talk about achieving goals and, a lot of it is about like, dominating your goals and crushing your day and getting out there and killing it and going into beast mode and all this bullshit, taking massive action, right? And honestly, I think for me, it comes down to creating small successes, right? It's not like you have to go up to bat and hit a home run every time. It's really just about like when you go up there to bat, just try to get on base. Because the more often you get on base, the easier it is to get in the scoring position, the more likely you are to score runs, right? You make less outs. So if you're not a baseball fan, don't worry about that. But that's kind of the analogy that just came out of my head trying to make sense out of this, so to speak. Anyway, so let me share some things here. So the first thing is like, so how are we going to create these small successes to overcome the self-limiting beliefs? That's what we're getting at here, right? So number 1 is to find the language, right? Find your language. What do I mean by that? Well, the self-limiting beliefs we have, really, there's language that's in there. So like for me, if, I tried to lose weight and and it wasn't happening, or it wasn't happening as fast as I wanted, or in the way that I wanted, or, things like that, then there was always like this language in the back of my mind that was telling me reasons why I was never going to have the body I want, that I'm fat, that I'm always going to be overweight, that I'm not good enough, that I'm worthless, I'm a piece of shit, I don't deserve it, all that kind of stuff. So, when you find the language, it's kind of crazy because it really brings it into the light of awareness, and the key to being able to make change is like, you cannot make change unless you're aware. You have to be aware of what it is that's holding you back. Once you have awareness, it creates choice, and choice is what gives you the power to change. So we got to bring the language that's going on in our heads into awareness. All right, so then number 2 is to something I call fine-tune your focus. Now, I've talked about this a little bit before, but, it always seems like no matter where we're at along our journey toward the goals, whether we want to lose weight, whether we just want to transform our body, whether it's trying to overcome some issues with anxiety or depression, it's always like we just see how far away we are. It's always like the chasing the sun on the horizon. You can get as close as you want and go as fast as you want toward it, but you never catch it. And it always can seem like the goal that you're after is a million miles away, no matter what you've done. And when you feel that way, it starts to create the language in your head about, well, this is never going to happen, or this is too hard, this is impossible, or I'm not meant to, all these different things that go on, right? So instead of kind of looking at the horizon and how far we have to go and how hard it is, it's really a matter of like turning the other way and seeing how far you've come. acknowledging the progress that you made, because I think that wherever you're at, even if you're not where you want to be, you can see that you've made progress along the way. Maybe it's not monumental, or maybe it is. Maybe it's real significant and you just haven't ever acknowledged it because you're too focused on the goal itself, right? So just kind of take some time and look at how far you've come and write stuff down, you know? I know for me, like, I used to, I would hop like from workout to workout, almost like every other freaking week. I would change my diet all the time. If something didn't work one week, then that was it. I would change it up, or, if I did something for a few days sometimes, but then I'd read something different. Oh, and I'd be thinking, well, now I got to do that. I would hop back and forth and go all over the place. And the problem with it is that I never really stuck with anything long enough to see change, because I was always focused on how far I had to go, how far that goal was away. And I wanted to get there as fast as possible, but it really fucked me up. I couldn't stay consistent with anything because of this shit. I was mind fucking myself all the time, and, changing everything up and never giving anything a chance to work. And, it had to do with what I was focused on. All right. So then, the next thing here is to take the next step. And what I mean by that is that, look, if you want to lose weight, you're not going to lose 35 pounds by tomorrow. Okay. You're not going to radically transform your body and have 6-pack abs in 1 week. Okay. It doesn't work that way. And, it's like I said before, we got to stop trying to go up to bat, swinging for the fences, trying to hit the damn ball out the park. All we need to do is get on base, so instead of looking at trying to achieve the goal, like all in one shot, or, really fast, or right now, all we've got to do is focus on the next step, right? Just take the next step. What is the next thing you need to do that's going to bring you just one little step closer? That's all it is. Because it's not about like the goal, right? It's about the steps we take along the way that lead to the goal. You can't achieve it unless you take the steps, right? It's kind of like, there's markers along the way that we have to hit, or little kind of milestones in a way, right? So, take the next step. Don't worry about like jumping from, here across the Grand Canyon overnight, right? Build a bridge or take an airplane, one of those things. All right. And then, next one is to commit to the process, right? So again, this is kind of capitalizing or going off of what I was saying before, but I find that it's really easy. And I noticed this with myself, and I noticed this with, clients when I worked with them over the years. And it was such a common thing that we get so focused on the outcome, right? We want to lose the weight now. We want to lose 35 pounds. We want 6-pack abs. We want to feel happier. We want like what we want, and we want it now. And we get so focused on the outcome, but yet, it's like before, when we get focused on the outcome and it doesn't happen as fast as we want, it doesn't happen in the way we want, or it doesn't seem like it's happening, then, we get all like pissed off, we get down on ourselves, and then mentally belittle, berate, and just, blast ourselves, right, with all this negative shit. And really, it's not about like focusing on the outcome. It's about engaging in the process, because the outcome doesn't happen without the process. So instead of focusing all the time on, like I have to hit the weight that I want, I have to see my abs, or, my body's got to look the way I want by tomorrow, right? And every single time, know how that is, looking in the damn mirror every freaking morning, and damn it, man, my stomach hasn't changed. Shit, I get on that scale and I haven't lost any weight. God damn it, what's wrong with me? This isn't working. I'm not good enough. That kind of stuff. So instead of focusing just strictly on the goal, it's focusing on engaging yourself in the process, right? Before you lose 35 pounds, don't you have to lose the first 5? Right? So we got to stop focusing on the 35 and start looking at the first 5. And then deciding, okay, what is the process I need to go through to lose the first 5? What do I have to engage in here? What are the daily actions that I need to take? Right? And it's just like asking myself, what's in front of me today? Right? I don't worry about tomorrow. I don't give a shit about next week or next month or next year. What's in front of me today? That's how I get engaged in the process and get my mind off the goal. And I find it so much easier when you engage in the process. And it's a lot more fun too. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it really like shifts your mindset, and it really it just changes your whole mood and energy about it. You know, so create the process, and it's just about performing actions, man. It's all about being consistent. Consistency applied over time. That's what leads to the results you want. If you can develop or create actions, like consistently perform actions that are involved in the process, that engage you in the process, those actions, the more you repeat them, they become habit. And then habits become skill. And when we develop skill is just basically the ability to create predictable and consistent results, right? So once we have skill, now we start to get rid of the self-limiting beliefs, because those beliefs can't hold true when you have the skill, right? You know what to do to create predictable, consistent results around your goals. So I hope that makes sense, but that's all I really have for today. You know, I know this went on a little bit long, but, you know, so hopefully this helps. So I'll go over these again. Changing self-limiting beliefs or overcoming self-limiting beliefs begins by finding your language, and then fine-tuning your focus, and then you've got taking the next step, just, you know, one step closer to your goal. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. Don't swing for a home run. Just get on base. That's all you got to do. And commit to the process, right? Don't worry about the outcome. Forget the freaking goal. Forget how much weight you're trying to lose. Forget about like you're trying to get your stomach to measure a certain size, get in a certain dress size, get a certain body fat level, see ripped abs or whatever it might be. That's great if you want that stuff, but don't focus on it, right? Just focus on engaging yourself in the progress. Create the daily actions that you need. Know what's in front of you. Do that. Actions lead to habits. Habits turn into skills. And once you got that, man, you're set. So I hope that this helped. In the meantime, drop me a comment, question, feedback, whatever, if this helped you, or if I missed something or whatever, and or what you'd like to see next. And let me know, and drop it in the comments below. Until next time, have faith, follow your heart, trust yourself, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.